Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt, fix several years of financial misbehaviour, and at the minute navigate a job loss and whatever it is I'm going to plan to do next, which I'm still working on. But in the meantime, I thought I would just give you an overview of my overall February budget. This is much delayed, and I am sorry about that. Rural Wi-Fi and then just general life craziness delayed this one coming out. So rather than doing a week by week breakdown, because there is 3 remaining weeks of February that I have yet to cover, I am just going to do an overall month one because that will run to quite some time, and to be honest, like week 2 and 3 have blurred into one in my mind. I know there was a lot of chocolate buttons bought, eaten, bought, eaten, bought, eaten. Are we getting the theme here? I spent a lot of money on chocolate buttons in week 2 and 3 of February. I wonder why. But let's just go through quickly what happened in February's budget, given that I lost my job halfway through. Not even halfway through, literally like the first full week. Anyway, my goals for the month were to batch cook, upload to Vinted and get walks in, and courtesy of no longer having full-time employment, all 3 were achieved. Specifically this one, which is the upload to Vinted, which I will show you now. So my overall income for the month was wage 2, which has now become my main wage. Well, a wage. My only normal job now, was anticipated 250 and I received £261.90. My full-time wage was £1,756.76 because I was emergency taxed again, and therefore that was lower than the anticipated 2,000. The goal I'd set myself for total other income, which was things like surveys and uploading to Vinted and things like that, was 300, and I actually was able to pull in £974.80, and that's because I gave a lot of time to that after I lost the job. I dived headfirst into listing and uploading and selling, and I still am, to be fair. I pulled £50 from my sinking funds, and then I did receive a universal credit underpayment of £195, and that is because for the last financial year, so before I started this channel, they had made an error in a calculation that I was due to be paid. So that calculation was £195 that they felt that they owed me, and that was paid to me on the 15th of February. And if you saw my sinking fund Sunday or savings challenge Sunday, you'll have seen there was a cash stuffing of £195, and that was that money that was cash stuffed. So I've made a note of it here. However, where something is bracketed, I've made a note of it for my reference because it was money that I received in. However, it doesn't form part of my overall figures until the very, very end because it was a saving. Now, if we go to my bills, a lot of these, in fact, the vast majority of them came out when I got paid from my main wage for this month, so prior to me losing my job. So my rent was £850, my council tax was £182, my mobile was £28, my internet was £38, my Spotify payment was £9.99, and my water was £22. Octopus was £107 instead of £107.31, and then my car insurance was meant to be £70 and it was £70.97. So that is probably just a clerical error on my part. I cancelled the AA because I no longer needed it, because that was a payment that was due to come out later on in the month, and I only really had it because of the amount of driving I was doing for work. So that was £9.50 budgeted and not spent. Pet insurance I'd budgeted 8, it was slightly lower, it was £6.72, and for some reason his pet plan, which covers his prescriptions, wasn't taken, and I do wonder if that's because the actual yearly plan itself has renewed at a slightly higher amount of the £12.50. Subscriptions was slightly more, it was £45 and a penny. I did Amazon Prime for 1 month just because that was the cheapest way to pay for birthday presents and things like that, and a couple of essential packing supplies like mailing bags and stuff for Vinted. And then the debt minimums was £380 budgeted and £380 paid, so there was no additional payments made to debt on top of the minimums this month. And then finally there was contents insurance, which was something extra that I had to buy because of the house break-in, so that was £7.81 that came off there. So my total bills, including a debt minimum payment, was £1,747.50 as opposed to £1,755.80. And because my overall income was more, my total income up here was £3,043.46, not including the £195. I therefore had a leftover of £1,295.96. And the fact that I'm slightly fluffing my words is why I'm not doing an overly long week by week breakdown, because I think I would get very tongue tied. So the £1,295.96 was spent according to this. So my fuel was actually able to be drastically reduced because I didn't really go anywhere for the rest of February and I wasn't doing the commuting that I was meant to do. So £300 was budgeted, £121.76 was spent. £230 was budgeted on food, £263.98 was spent, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of that was comfort eating food as well as a normal shop as well. My house was significantly over. £50 was budgeted and £90.17 was spent. I have discovered that we have a pest problem. It comes with living rurally. It tends to occur every single year, but it has now got to the point where things that are out of, I would say, hard storage in my garage, so things that are lying loose, are being eaten and destroyed. So I did have to get a couple of storage, very large kind of heavyweight hard storage items, which did contribute to this amount going up, but that is purely to save things. Sadly, like, I did lose a couple of things as a result to pests wanting to build a nest that can't be replaced, that I'm a little bit gutted about. So yes, I went slightly over. However, the overage in my mind is worth it because I will be preserving things that I do want to keep. I just now have to get the stuff into the garage whenever the weather clears up. The cat was budgeted £50. It was actually £39.30 that I spent. I did take a little bit from his preps cupboard just to see me through. There was a couple of days where there were no payouts from Vinted, so that just saw me through those days. And then eating out all occurred in the first week, so £6 of it, £7 of it I got at McDonald's. One day, again, comfort eating. So, and that came from my sinking funds, so £59.50. Coffee was budgeted £40, £43.35 was spent. That's okay, that's fine, like all things considered. Gifts budgeted was £25 and actual amount spent was £19.52, and then spending I have gone massively over, but a lot of that was done in that first week. So I think the first week alone it was £234, so there was actually then very limited spending for the rest of the month, but overall there was an overage. So my overall kind of flexible, like pick and choose spending, as I call it, was £1,212.72, leaving me a total of £83.24. So if we go to my savings, so I did save the £195 in the month over challenge, which is where this then rolls back into my budget. The Beast and Conquer, which is like my pound coins, my £2 coins, it's a bit of a budget buffer, as I call it. If I get excessively spendy outside of my normal budget, I need far more than chocolate buttons, for example, to get through the day. That is what that is there for. So that was £59 saved up, and you'll have seen these through my cash stuffing or through my savings challenge Sunday videos. My 50p challenge total pot was £13, my 20p challenge total pot was £7.60, and my penny challenge pot was £3.74. And if we include the £195, the total amount saved was £278.34. Now, if you've seen my March budget, you'll know that the 50p, the 20p, the 50p's and the 20p's have all, and the month over savings have all rolled into form part of my March budget, and the Beast and Conquer £1 savings challenges are currently being used as a petrol float just to cover me having to put petrol in my car getting it paid back out to me due to the filming work that I'm doing. That's a lot of driving to do without factoring it into my budget. It's just too much to try and do really over the course of a month. So that is where we stand for February. All in all, I'm really pleased to see that pulling on the potential of the other wage, it did kind of help really affirm like the decision I'm taking in terms of not rushing to go and get it sounds awful, not rushing to go and get another job because I don't actually know what I want to do yet, or what I'm going to find. And actually, it's really nice to know that actually I can spend that time at home and really go through and sort out and you know, take care of my space and therefore take care of my mental health as well. And that's the impact there. Actually, it can have a positive financial impact as well. It's not just a negative one. And you can see that reflected there. The food overage actually wasn't too bad if you consider that there was an awful lot of comfort eating going on, a lot more pizza than what I'd initially bought, a lot of chocolate buttons, and therefore my fuel was lower as well. The eating out I was able to stop, and actually I didn't excessively feel the need to go for coffee or buy coffee en route and things, and need that. I was able to take and enjoy the time that I've had at home, and I am still enjoying the time that I have at home at the minute, and I am still seeing the value of uploading to Vinted and destashing, and I haven't even yet hit the garage and all of the fabric and the supplies. So I did just want to give you a very quick overview to February. I know it is long overdue, as I'm sure many of you will understand. February very much kind of derailed in terms of my scheduling, and there was a week or so where I wasn't really fit to film, in kind of all honesty. If I sound really knackered today, I'm still going through the trying to flip my body clock process, and it's taking its toll. All of this for just one day, but it will be worth, well, one night, because it's one night of shooting, but it will absolutely be worth it, because it means I will not be a literal zombie on the day that I'm meant to be working, and I've got to be alert, because I'm getting more of the logistics fed to me about the shoot, and we are in for a really, really fun day. Night. Oh gosh, night. Okay. Thank you so much to all of my lovely subscribers. I have seen that I've had a couple of Ko-fi donations. Thank you so much to whoever you are, and you know who you are. I'm not going to say your names because actually that is confidential information, and you have not given me permission, or you've not said either way. So thank you for doing your Ko-fi donation. I do have a Ko-fi page which I want to try and offer some form of different content, so if you on there for you guys, so if you do have any like suggestions, it may be more cat pics, I don't know, or anything like that, like please do let me know, because I'm looking at it going, actually there's a lot of potential in the Ko-fi setup, particularly the ability to offer a shop and merchandise and things, because I'm not a fan of selling on Etsy. I've having been there, done that, and I want to be able to give something back to people who support and donate over there as well. So I would love to hear your suggestions. I'm still pretty dormant on Instagram as per usual. It is nothing personal, Instagram followers. I am knackered, genuinely like tired. I cannot tell you how tired I am. Good tired, not like low tired, but I'm very, very tired. So at the minute the brain cells aren't really like, I'm not firing all cylinders. That's the one. Hello to all of my lovely new subscribers, helping me get to the 1k subscribers kind of deadline, which is the 25th of March. Thank you so much for coming on board and for liking, commenting and subscribing. I am trying to go through and at the very least like heart your comments in the evenings, which are my daytimes, which is a very strange thing. I'm probably going to get a lot better like in March, once night shoot is out of the way. This is what happens when you have to deal with like a slightly zombified Nicole. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and once again please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.